What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are, of course, talking about what happened last weekend at UFC 309. This is going to be another kind of rant video like the one I did about John Jones last week, but this one's not necessarily about him. This one's more about the event as a whole and the main card specifically. Let's start with the good stuff, I guess. My predictions were pretty good. I got 9 out of 12 right. And I probably should have gotten 10 out of 12. I picked Stipe because I bet money on him, so I was trying to manifest it, but I think we all kind of knew that John was going to win, but I wanted to be right. I wanted to be the guy who thought Stipe was going to win. But I was wrong. And aside from that, I think the only other ones I got wrong were I picked Mickey Gall to win, and I picked Veronica Hardy with women's MMA. I mean, you might as well flip a coin. I flipped wrong on this one, but I got the other one right. I got this one right, so I'll take it. And then Mickey Gall, I don't know. I don't know why I picked him. That's the only one I can defend. But aside from that, I got most of my picks right. The main card went exactly how I thought it would, which sucks because it was boring as fuck. I mean, I didn't get the chance to watch a lot of the prelims. I'm excited to watch this one. I gotta go back and watch Marcus McGee versus Jonathan Martinez. I'm hoping that was fun. I saw the tail end of it, I think. But the main card, this shit was cooked, guys. Like, this was bad. Started off with, with this shit. Started off with a big glaze festival, and I knew this was going to happen. I knew that they were going to have him come out, because, anytime they're in Madison Square Garden, he comes on out, but I was not prepared for the absolute glaze fest that happened here. I mean, they played a fucking video package for him that looked like he was going to fight on the next card. Like, this looks like what they should be playing for Shavkat versus Ian Gary, And then this fucking thing with the end with the 45 into the 47, like he's fucking Hitman or something, So this set the tone. Why is this guy here? This set the tone for the card. I knew it was going to be shit. And then the fights, we didn't have a lot on here to be excited about. And even the fights that we were excited about didn't really deliver. Like, I think we were all hoping that Mauricio Rufy would have a crazy knockout. And he did look great. Like, I will say that. He looked very strong. He looked very good, but couldn't get a finish. So 15 minutes. We knew this fight was going to decision. 15 minutes. I thought Bo Nickel was going to win. I thought he was going to get a KO, but he looked pretty bad, all things considered. Another 15 minutes. This was a decision. I can't believe this went to decision. I was telling everybody, there's no way. I was watching this with some friends who don't always watch UFC, and they were kind of getting bored from these first three, and I was like, hey, there's no way this fight goes to decision, and sure enough, it does. So that's 15, 15, 15, 25 minutes. So we're already at, what is that, 45 plus 25, an hour and 10 minutes of fight time before the main event. So I think it was like 1 a.m. or it was like 12 a.m., midnight, 12:30 before this fight even started. And oh my God, this fucking fight, man. Why couldn't have this fight happened 3 years ago? Stipe looked so bad. I know we all saw it, but oh my God, he looked so bad. He looked so fucking old. He was the slowest I've ever seen. Like, I think Shamil Gaziev has been fucking faster than Stipe looked in that fight. Like, oh my God. And I didn't think John looked that great either, Like, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's the whole thing, like people play, I don't want to say play because you don't play fighting, but in other sports, you play up or you play down to your competition. Like, that's always been a criticism of Mike Tomlin's Steelers teams, that they play up and they play down to competition. So, you know, maybe John fought down to Stipe and like he didn't look as crisp because he wasn't really ever in any danger, which I'm sure some John Jones Glazers will say that, but I thought they both looked pretty slow and pretty bad, but Stipe definitely looked, it looked really bad. Like, I don't know if I've ever seen somebody fight for a title looking that slow and bad. And I was tricked, you know. I was starting to drink the Kool-Aid, I think, with these types of fights. As they get closer and closer to the day, you start thinking, you know, maybe I'll pick this guy, maybe I'll put some money on him. Like, I think he can do it, and you start thinking about all the ways he can win. But it's like, yeah, the consensus was correct, and usually it's a consensus for a reason, you know. And then in the co-main event, this was fun, you know. Love seeing Charles get back in the win column and dominate, you know, but he can't make it can never be easy for Charles, you know. He's got to get Chandler checked at the end of the fifth, you know, with Michael Chandler finally landing a strike and then landing a bunch of illegal strikes. And, you know, this guy's a fucking cheater. He is not Iron Mike anymore. Came up with a new nickname for him. He is not Iron Mike. He is Dr. Mike. So, because the guy is on fucking juice, so he is not Iron Mike anymore. Brother is Dr. Mike. Whoops. I wanted to bring up just the thumbnail. I'm not going to add to this video, but he is Dr. Mike. He's this fucking guy. He's Dr. Mike on YouTube. That's who Michael Chandler is, because he's got the fucking steroid gut. So that's the funniest thing about it happened from the main card was coming up with his new nickname. So Michael Chandler is not Iron Mike, because not every person and not every fucking fighter can be Iron Mike. It's like, yeah, we get it. You watch Mike Tyson growing up. He is Dr. Mike now. So, we don't know what's next for him. Who cares what's next for Michael Chandler? Go up to 170 and fight some random guy. Who cares? I don't know. I'm out on Michael Chandler. Another guy I'm out on is Bo Nickel. This guy got no personality, delusional as hell, got that Dana White privilege. Paul Craig, you did a good job. I appreciate you. You did a good job standing with when that is totally not your forte. You're basically equal to Bo Nickel. And Bo Nickel saying that this is a perfect performance and he's mad at the commentary team. It's like, dude, they were glazing the fuck out of you, and they always have. So what do you mean that you're mad at them? It's like, you didn't look that good. You just kept throwing your overhand. You just kept throwing it, and then you finally landed it a couple times. So, I mean, he's got to really show me something his next fight, because these past two fights, just 8-minute, you know, like his fights, he fought Cody Brundage at 300. Nobody was happy about him being on the main card, myself included. And it took him way too long to beat Cody Brundage. I mean, it's fucking Cody Brundage, for God's sakes. And then he struck with Paul Craig and couldn't knock him out, and like kind of just looked the same. So these were just super kind of disappointing or lackluster fights. Still excited for Mauricio Rufy. I mean, he looked really good. This reminded me more of Sean O'Malley versus Chris Mutino than anything, especially because how you pronounce his name? Alantop. He came in looking very out of shape, which is why it was a catch weight. But this reminded me more of O'Malley versus Chris Mutino than anything, which I think we were all kind of hoping that Rufy would get a crazy knockout again. But not so much. Still kind of on the hype train, though. I love the guys from the Fighting Nerds, which I'm pretty sure Rufy is. But yeah, like, I'm excited for him. But yeah, this card was pretty stinky, and it's one of those cards that with the heavyweight fight at the top, it's like none of these fights really mattered, I would say. Like, a lot of these fights, like, doesn't really do anything for anybody, you know, like it doesn't, John Jones beating Stipe doesn't really, this version of Stipe, I should say, doesn't really change my opinion on him. Charles beating Michael Chandler doesn't really change my opinion on him. It hurt my opinion on Bo Nickel, how he beat Paul Craig, and then same thing with all these other guys, you know, so it's one of those events that the main card was all decisions until the end, and even that was on round 3, so it still took a while. And, you know, with all the shit with bringing Trump out and every fighter doing a little dance or pointing him out or doing all that stuff, and they kept showing his reaction, everything, you know, it's just one of those fight cards that makes you think, why do I like this sport? And that's kind of where I'm at here. I'm still going to watch, obviously. I'm excited for the fight night. I'm going to record my predictions for that right after this, but it's just one of those things, man. It's like, what happened to the game I love? It's like that meme of Mark Jackson, what happened to the game I love? So I'm sure there are some of you in the comments that are happy that John Jones won and happy that I posted again, so you can write a comment and make fun of me because the most popular videos on my channel so far have been the ones about John Jones. And I know everybody loves to come back and comment like, oh, this aged like milk. But I still do, I believe in my video, I still believe all the points I made. And like I said, this fight doesn't change my opinion on him. But he better fucking fight Tom Aspinall. He spent all last week making everybody hate his goddamn guts. So he better fight Tom Aspinall. This better have been like the 200 IQ play and say that he and made himself a heel so that people would tune in to watch him fight Tom Aspinall. But I have my doubts. And thankfully it seems like Dana is kind of, he's at the end of his leash. He says like, he's going to make the fight, like he's not going to make the fight against Pereira, which I'm not entirely sure that's true. But I do think I think it would be a hard sell because Pereira is their biggest star right now. He just comes and saves every pay-per-view, it seems like. So we'll see. That's my reaction. Sorry it took a couple days to get to it, but I was busy on Sunday and Monday, and then I spent my day off on Tuesday relaxing. So hop back into the videos. Like I said, going to record my predictions for the fight night, Jan versus Figueiredo, after this, and I'll post that soon. So hope you guys stick around on the channel, and I'll see you later. Peace.